Fiti popote ambapo mlipo na popote ambapo mnatutazama mkiwa. Na kwa sasa swala ambalo nataka tulizamia ni swala kuhusiana na ambaye ni Inspector General wa Police hapa nchini Kenya. Jina lake ni Douglas Kanja. Na hapo juzi mahakama imeweza kutoa wito kwa Douglas Kanja kuweza kujifikisha katika mahakama kule Milimani Law Court, ndipo kuweza kujibu kesi dhidi ya mashtaka ambayo yameweza kutolewa na kesi ambazo zimeweza kuletwa mahakamani dhidi yake kwa ajili ya tuhuma za utekaji nyara ambazo zimetajwa kutokea katika taifa la Kenya chini yake Douglas Kanja kama Inspector General wa polisi. Na mtaniruhusu kidogo niweze kuwaelezea. Na kulingana na title ya video yote, unaona tunaongelea reasons why the government under President William Ruto is pushing Kanja out or is pushing Kanja to resignation so that somebody else can take over the docket that Kanja is holding. And the person that is meant or has been groomed to take over from Kanja is former Deputy Inspector General of Police under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, a man known to many as Nur Gabo, the current commander leading Kenyan police in their IT mission. That is Nur Gabo. Turejee katika sakata ya Douglas Kanja. Now I shall take you back to the year 2023. And then we had one Inspector General of Police by the name of Koome, a man who was made the Inspector General of Police under the regime of President William Ruto. Immediately Ruto took over the office. Remember, when Ruto took over the office, the man who was acting as Inspector General of Police was Nur Gabo. Nur Gabo had been appointed as acting Inspector General of Police after the resignation of Uhuru's Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai. Hilary Mutyambai, after realizing the situation which Kenya was heading through, and that was during the 2022 general election, he took a sick leave. And while on the sick leave, he sent his resignation letter. Now come to the year 2023. A new Inspector General of Police, IG Koome, has been groomed and has been appointed and taken oath of office as the Inspector General of Police. In March, there was the first wave of maandamano. That maandamano was led by the opposition leader, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, Raila Odinga led the demonstration, and through the demonstrations that happened when he was opposing Ruto's leadership and Ruto's government, calling Ruto to resign, until March, from March to July 2023. A total number of 73 people died during those demonstrations. And those people died under the bullets of the police, or some of them being beaten by the police, some of them being tear gassed and they couldn't take anymore because their lungs or they had problems, breathing difficulties, and they succumbed to it. So the number amounted to 73 people. Now, the last demonstrations that were held, something happened which triggered Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and his allies to file a case at the International Criminal Court against Koome. You saw when men in black clover masks tried to take out Raila Odinga during maandamano, they were aiming to kill Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, when Raila Odinga escaped that scenario, him and his people went to draft a case against the Inspector General of Police, Koome, at the International Criminal Court, claiming that Koome had committed crimes against humanity. Now, that case was submitted to the ICC. It was pending at the ICC. When the former president of Nigeria and former AU chairman, Olusegun Obasanjo came to Kenya in 2023 to mediate between President William Ruto and Raila Odinga. They mediated on how they can move forward. After the mediation, the temperatures cooled down and the acting Inspector General of Police, the then Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, continued to work and serve the people of the Republic of Kenya. Until 2024 June, when now a new wave of demonstrations was born. And this new wave was led by young men and women called Gen Z. That demonstration saw a lot of young youths, men and women, die by the bullets of the police. Now here, the Inspector General of Police was watching everything unfold before his eyes. Apart from that, when these demonstrations happened in June, a new unit that was out of his jurisdiction as the Inspector General of the National Police Service was formed because he opposed it. He knew he had a case that is pending at the International Criminal Court. So he would not allow anything that might jeopardize his future. Jeopardizing his future means him being called to Hague to answer to the crimes against humanity. So when the idea of forming a squad that will operate outside the jurisdiction of the police and allowed to do anything as long as they are protecting the presidency, alisema hapana. After rejecting that, it is believed, according to the details that were given to us by Honorable Martha Karua and one impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, is that now the president, together with his allies at the State House, called in the director of the National Intelligence Service, Nurdin Haji, together with the director of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, that is Amin Mohammed. Now these two, together with the other senior security officers, they were given the mandate to form a new squad. They were given the funding fully. These men that were supposed to work under this new formed group, they were supposed to be paid 5 times the normal salary a police officer get, or the normal salary that they were getting before. Now while Koome realized this new, mi kwisha, hao watu hawezi nisikiza, they are not under my orders, they are receiving orders direct from the State House, so they will not listen to me. Now, while he was trying to plan on his exit plan, this group had already done a lot of things, including the scenario that unfolded in Kware. Now, when that scenario unfolded in Kware, that same day, the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, resigned from office. And now, a new acting Inspector General of Police was instilled in, a man by the name of Masengeli. Masengeli took over office, ready to impress the president. He allowed everything run, from the abductions that were going on under his watch. Remember the Longton brothers that were kidnapped in Kitengela, Bob Jage. Those men disappeared for 32 days before they reappeared. And they reappeared the day that a new Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, was sworn into office to take over from the man who was acting as the Inspector General of Police. That is Masengeli. Now Kanja took over office. Kanja, when he took over office, Gachagua was still in government. And Gachagua was really gunning and supporting that Kanja to be the next Inspector General of Police. So Kanja got that position. You had Gachagua himself, while being interviewed on Inoro TV, claiming that it is through my persuasion that the president accepted Kanja to become the Inspector General of Police. And once Kanja entered there, now he started his work. But his work has proved that he is a man that is not really listening to what is being told when it comes to orders on how things should be run. Anaona the director of national intelligence, the director of DCI, and you know DCI falls under the National Police Service. So the director of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, Amin Mohammed, does not sit in the National Security Council. He does not sit on the National Security Council. Only these two, Nudin Haji and Kanja, sits on the National Security Council. The National Security Council comprises of the IG, the inspector of the director of NIS, the CDF, Chief of Defense Forces, the Deputy President, the President, and a few other elements, including the Interior CS and the Interior, the Defense CS. Are you getting the point? So Kanja realized, wait a minute, I am the Inspector General of Police, but a man that serves under me as the director of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation has more power than me. Then he started disobeying some orders. And that is why mostly you have seen recently during the abductions in December, the police service, the National Police Service distanced itself from the abductions. Yet, every Kenyan knew that these men were all acting under the service of the police. Though yes, they are outside the jurisdiction, lakini kazi ambayo wanaifanya ni kazi ambayo inafanywa na maafisa wa polisi ambao wana training ya kijeshi, because hawa watu walikuwa na handcuffs, walikuwa na pingu, they were armed with guns or semi-automatic machine guns. They were armed to the tool. So Kanja realizes, mimi sikupea hawa watu order. Hii order walitoa wapi? They got the order direct from here. So which means the flow of orders, the flow of power has been interjected. There's a man that is below me but is giving the orders that are supposed to be given by me. A man is somewhere in the state house who does not really know what the police service does, yet he is doing my work. Now he started having differences with the higher men in office. Now you can see the pressure that he is receiving right now. Mara the summons at the Milimani Law Court. Those summons are summons that are meant to intimidate this man to resigning from office as the Inspector General of Police. And once he does that, somebody else who really is ready to obey the powers and do as instructed by the higher men will be instilled there. And who else is suited for that job other than Nur Gabu? You know, Nur Gabu, remember him during the 2022 general election. He was the man that was leading the squad that was at the Bomas of Kenya. Remember the man that led the people there ambao walikuwa wanapigana na team ya team ya nani ya Rutos, because then Gabu was serving under the orders of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who was then supporting Honorable Raila Odinga to become the president of this republic. Ndivyo mambo yalivyo. So you all have seen the reason why IG Koome left. You know, Koome left immediately after the Kware murders were discovered. Alijua hapa nikiendelea kukaa, kesi ambayo ilifailiwa na akina Raila Odinga back in 2023 at the International Criminal Court itaresurface. Na mmeona watu ambao wamekufa mpaka damu imejaa kwa streets za Nairobi. I am not ready to take that blame. Adios. Akajiondoa. Now Kanja is facing the same tragedy here where abductions are happening under his watch, yet him as the Inspector General of Police tells the people of Kenya, we don't know who is abducting the young men and women of this republic. Mnaona jinsi ambavyo mambo yanakwenda. Tell me what you understand from this narrative. And do you think if Kanja leaves and a new Inspector General of Police is still there will be changes in this republic, and mostly under the National Police Service? That now they will follow the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. Instead of picking people without notice in the streets of Nairobi, they will be summoning them. Wadau, the story tu tunafanya, we are just giving analysis on how things are and history based on facts. Hatutaki kujipata kwa ngori. Wadau, ni hayo tu. Kumbuka hii ni the Kenyan Daily Report, and here we give you analysis of the situations unfolding in the political arena and every aspect that involves our republic. For now, I exit. Subscribe.